Thank you, Khaldoon. Good morning, everybody. Maybe you are asking why am I here from the tourism industry. Khaldoon insisted, my old friend, we were in the school from the beginning for 5 years, not 38 years. So just to welcome you all, I would like to thank Incube for choosing Jordan to have this summit here in Jordan. And it goes in line with our strategy as a Jordan Tourism Board. By the way, I'm the Managing Director of Jordan Tourism Board, who's in charge of marketing Jordan abroad. I will not talk about tourism. Maybe at 3, we have more to talk about how we connect the tourism with the technology and the supply chain that we have in Jordan, and the big opportunity for the companies here to talk, and maybe we can develop some softwares that we have some ideas that we can talk about and we can elaborate more. Just I want to welcome you all, welcome our distinguished guests from different countries, and we'll make sure that you have a pleasant stay in our country. Part of our work come after working hours, after 5, the entertainment and the tourism, and to explore and see the attractions that we have in Jordan. Always the experts asking me, what's Jordan? What's the brand of Jordan? Actually, we have it all. We are a small sample of a continent that we have it all. Religious tourism, adventure, history and culture, wellness, medical, and the convention that we have here, business tourism. So we have it all. But I would like just to emphasize something about Amman. Since we are talking about the industrial or the manufacturing, tourism is doing or working in opposites. Here, the producers, you manufacture the product, and you export it for the consumers to consume. Tourism works in opposite, where we bring the consumer here to consume the product here in Jordan. So we're doing the opposite as the tourism industry. And we have a lot to talk about the supply chain here in Jordan. One last thing before I leave you with a small video about Jordan. I will go back to 9000 BC in Amman, something related to the industrial segment. It is the Ain Ghazal statues. It is 9000 BC, founded here in Amman. The statues made from plaster, 9000 BC. It's plaster. To make the plaster needs a chemical formula. So Amman, before 9000 BC, Jordanians and the Ammonites who discovered the chemical formula how to do the plaster or gypsum. So it is all related, and we are here in Amman now, after 2018 now, talking about the solutions and very complicated presentation that pure technical give you just now some glimpse and appetite of Jordan, what we have to offer. I hope you all the best, and we'll make sure with our partners that you will have a pleasant stay in Jordan. Just a small welcome. Thank you, Khaldoon, for this opportunity. And again, enjoy your time, and I hope that you will come up with a fruitful meeting today. I will leave you, Joe, just now about 3 minutes video about Jordan. Thank you very much. Thank you. As I promised you, within 10-15 minutes I will be finished. I just want to talk a little bit about Jordan Tourism Board and how we connect the technology and the supply chain with the new platforms and new innovation that help the country. And what we are doing as Jordan Tourism Board. This is this map. Just explain exactly what we are doing. Dr. Victor, you mentioned the marketing or market-driven approach. As JTB, now we are working as we changed our strategy to demand-driven approach, where we identified our product, our competitive advantage in Jordan, and we found that we have a lot to offer to our potential tourists. So we have a lot of attractions, authentic experiences that cater for the needs of the consumers. So we identified that we have what we have as attractions, experiences in Jordan, starting from the religious tourism, Christian tourism, Islamic tourism, history and culture, with 21,000 sites that we have in Jordan, which is, as I mentioned, it's an open-air museum considered Jordan. Wellness and medical, convention or business, like this event that we have here, and the adventure. So Jordan blessed with variety of products and experiences that can offer and can cater for the needs of the potential tourists. What we did, we are active in the social media and the online. Before 4 years or 5 years, when I used to participate in the big events like WTM, ITB, this is specialized tourism events, I sat with the traditional tour operators, TUI, Cox and Kings, and all these big names. Nowadays, they are disappeared. I'm sitting with the new 28, 20, or 29 business man or woman. He has a laptop. He's an OTA, online tour operator, who's selling just ticket and hotel. And the massive change in the trend of the tourism sector because of the technology and the mobile applications. And to understand the needs, and I'm really impressed with the past two presentations, you identify the need. So you develop the technology and the applications that cater for the needs and facilitate to reduce the cost and time consuming to utilize the asset that you have so you can maximize the revenue and achieve the value. And this is the same what we are doing in the tourism sector. In Jordan, always you hear that, okay, we have 5 million visitors to our website. We have 20,000 likes on the Facebook. And we have 300,000 followers. So what? That means nothing. So if you don't have a conversion, call to action, convert lookers to bookers, so you are absolutely in the wrong direction. So now we are doing platforms and online platforms and applications that connecting and engaging the potential consumer with the product. So the first thing is the supply chain, in my opinion, air connectivity. And I just want to share with you what we did as Jordan Tourism Board to facilitate the access to that country. We have unique selling points, unique selling propositions. We have the baptism site, where the Christianity started. We have 34 Christian sites in Jordan, mentioned all the New Testament. The visitors for the baptism site, just 100,000, compared to Lourdes of Fatima, 9 million. So we have a problem. Petra, we have 400,000, should be 1 million. So we have a problem. Wadi Rum is another attraction where the Martian movie was filmed. It's like Mars. The Dead Sea, the lowest point on Earth, 420 meters below the sea level, where the oxygen concentration there, 10% more any place in the world because it's below sea. So all these attractions, you need to bring more and more tourists to the country. We don't have natural resources. We just have tourism. So what we did, we discovered that we studied the behavior of the tourists in Europe. We did the marketing research, and we found that 90% of these tourists, they're using low-cost carriers. They don't use the regular or the legacy airlines. 90% they use EasyJet and Ryanair and other airlines. 1% of them they use cruises, and 9% they use the regular flights. And if you look at the behavior of the spending money, they have between 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 as a budget to travel for 1 week. If they find that, let's make an example of Royal Jordanian. From London to Amman, 700 pounds, they will not come. Definitely, they have another alternative. So it was an opportunity for us to, from the supply chain, the first thing, air connectivity, to convince Ryanair and EasyJet to come to country. So I sat with Michael O'Leary, the CEO of Ryanair, and I asked him, why you don't come and you travel to Jordan, you fly to Jordan? He told me, listen, you have something called departure tax in your airports, which is $60 per passenger. So my ticket price, the average is $40 to $60. So it's almost the amount of the tax. So remove the tax, waive the tax, we will fly. So the first step was to guarantee and secure one of the supply chain in the tourism sector is facilitating and convincing them to come. So I convinced the government to waive the tax. How? We did a small survey, and I thought that the revenue generated from our airports, by the way, they don't use international airports. They use domestic, like, nice picture. So they don't want international airport at the Queen Ali Airport. They need Aqaba Airport and Marke Airport. And I thought at that time that the revenue generated from these two airports, millions that they are paying salaries for all the government employees. Marke Airport generating zero amount because just applying the tax without receiving any flights. Aqaba Airport, $300,000, and the cost of the operation of the airport is $1 million. So just we are applying the tax without no reason. So we waived the tax, and I told them, listen, I guarantee to increase the capacity or the occupancy rate of the hotels from 30% to 60%, which is, this is my financial model. This is my assumption. This will secure 35 million JDs to the government as sales tax and entrance fees to the government. So that's what happened. So I signed with Ryanair last year, and we opened 14 new routes from Europe to Jordan. We started Paphos just in April. By the end of 1st of November, we'll receive a new 14 destinations to Jordan from Europe, to Amman and Aqaba. And just before 2 days, yes, we signed with EasyJet. Finally, thanks God, that they operate from London to Aqaba and from Berlin to Aqaba with a ticket price of £46. So this will bring tourism to the country. So we secured the first thing of the supply chain. One more thing. Do you remember Quella? Who remember Quella? Catalog. We used to buy things. You're so young. You will not remember yet. Too young. Maybe me and Khaldoon can remember. We used to buy stuff through Quella catalog. Nowadays, there is no Quella. There's no catalogs. You buy online. So I can assure you that 40% or 50% of our tour operators in Jordan, they are depending on the catalogs to sell their packages. So they have to be online. Tomorrow, by the way, we have, after tomorrow, we have an event called SMS Summit, where I'm bringing all the social media influencers from Dubai and from different countries, from London, United States, just to educate the supply chain in Jordan how to be online. They have to be there. So since you identify the behavior and the needs of the consumer, definitely you can develop a platform, a marketplace where it will be B2C. One more thing, the consumer or the tourists, they don't want to stay in the whole duration in the W. Maybe they will stay in Amman for 2 nights, enjoy Amman and the luxury of the boulevard and the city break. Then he wants to move to the other attractions. He wants to go to the local community. We call it sightseeing, not it used to be sightseeing. Now it's sight doing. They want to stay, eat local food, interact with the local community, and live like Jordanians. Because already he wants to do something new, to jump out of the box, make it different. So I like this term. So we built our strategy just to connect our all supply chain to be online. So now we are doing a training for all the suppliers here in Jordan, hotels, restaurants, guides, homestays, and a big example of that, Airbnb. There is a massive change in the tourism industry because of the sharing economy. Uber, Kareem, Airbnb. This is now, they are taking place and doing a great change in the tourism industry. So this is the attraction that we have. I think the movie just gave you exactly what we have in the history and culture, and there's some pictures of Jordan, but I want to reach to the slide where I can talk a little bit about our, it's Jordan, by the way. So you can see from the north, we have forest, and then till the south, we have the desert, so that the diversity of the product that we have, the experiences that we can offer to our, as I told you, it's a sample of a continent. If you want to change the climate, you need to drive or to fly from Dubai, which is 40 or 42 degrees, to maybe to London to experience the 13 or 10 degrees. In Amman, during the winter, it is 10 degrees in Amman, and it's 25 in the Dead Sea, within 35 minutes drive. So you change the whole climate within 35 minutes. Recently, we launched something called Convention Bureau. Convention Bureau, and this is for you, for the businesses. Convention Bureau, it's a unit within JTB to attract congresses and conferences to the country. We have a competitive edge, competitive advantage of doing business or conducting conferences here in Jordan. The only place that you can do a gala dinner within a touristic site in Jordan. So you have a nice gala dinner in Petra, Little Petra, Citadel, or one of the touristic places. And of course, the weather, the nice weather that we have. This is that I want to talk about. Our relation with how we engage the social media, and we try to utilize the social media with the marketing. We depend on the artificial intelligence that the platforms can provide to us. For example, we need to attract all the Catholic Christians to the baptism site. So we solved the problem with the air connectivity. Now we have good or affordable air ticket prices. We talk with Facebook, Instagram, Google, with the search engine optimization, that we need to target these potential consumers to the country. So we designed the content, the message, and we link it with the price, with the package, with the OTAs. This is what we are doing now. Another massive change in the behavior of the bloggers and the bloggers. By the way, in Jordan, we were struggling during what we call the Arab Spring for the past 5 years. And we became a model as Jordan, especially the Jordan Tourism Board, how we proved that we are the calm house between the noisy neighbors. So to convince the tourists to come to the country, I am a marketing person. I can't convince the tourists, even the Prime Minister, even the Minister of Tourism, to keep talking about how Jordan is beautiful, how it's safe. Nobody will be convinced. The user-generated content published by the influencers. By the way, I invited for the past 2 years up to 1,500 active social media, between blogger, Instagrammer, YouTuber, you name it. And the minimum number of his followers between 500 up to 5 million. They came to Jordan and they shared their experience. And the video content now is playing a vital role of convincing people. 60% of the tourists decided to go to any destination, if it's safe or attractive or not, based on the reviews on the TripAdvisor. So we have a contract with our marketing campaign with TripAdvisor, Expedia, and with these bloggers. Nowadays, the bloggers, they put the Instagram short video, and they mention the tour operator or how to book and to do the same, or to follow his steps. So now become a trend now with the social media people. We need to understand the tourist journey. So when you understand the tourist journey, where when he decide and he convinced, attracted, then he book. So once you identify or understand the tourist journey, you design your marketing plan accordingly, and you can target this consumer immediately by designing the message and the offer that can cater for his needs. This is the marketplace that we are dealing with. So starting from the social media, Jordan Tourism Board, JTB, TripAdvisor, RJ, Expedia, Jordan Hotel Station. So this is the supply chain that we are dealing with as Jordan Tourism Board. And our job to maintain our relation with these people, to guarantee a high level of service, and they provide the exact service that we have. Because I'm promising somebody that when you come to Jordan, you will find 1, 2, 3, 4. I always keep saying that when you try to sell an iPhone to a consumer, I promise you that you will receive the iPhone. If you come to Jordan, you see a Nokia 320. This will be a shock for him. So we trying to interfere with the product development to make sure that the product on the ground matching the promises that we send to our consumers. So last thing I want to share with you. There's a big opportunity for you as IT solution companies, as developers, to develop a marketplace and phone applications, so Android or iPhone, to put all the local experiences. They are not online, by the way, anymore. We have the data, we have the content, and we need to help these people to secure and to maintain and sustain their jobs. 70% of the Jordanian budget, the government, 70% goes for salaries. Out of the 9 billion JDs, 6 billion JDs going for salaries. So we don't need anymore the government to create jobs and spending on salaries, because that's why you are witnessing increases in the taxes. So these students in the universities, in the school, they should start thinking business tourism. Develop an application, develop homestays, local experiences, where we can promote these local experiences through EasyJet, Ryanair platforms, Airbnb, and JTB platforms. So there's a big opportunity now to put this supply chain online. That's all. I'm ready for any question. I will be here tomorrow for more information. Thank you very much.